Big John, Big John.
Happy Saturday morning, everybody. I was over in the big field over there that we started planting last Sunday. I think with the way the wind's blowing and the sun shining, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to plant it later this afternoon. Finish planting it later this afternoon. I'm going to go over to my brother's and Dad's. I work one field over to Dad's, so I'm going to go check that out. Put you down here out of the wind. I'm going to go check that out, and I want to check that field around my brother's house out. See, there's a couple of wet spots. That's already been planted. I think that'll go. Anyway, we'll see you over there. Yeah, down here at my brother's, I mean, it's dry on top, but it's still, I don't know. You can still ball it up underneath it just a little bit. Boy, I think, I don't know, we're down here in this draw. It's sand there, sand there. Obviously, I don't know if you can tell the height difference, but there's 4 or 5 feet of height difference. So this is real close. I know the sand will go. We'll go down on the other side where it drops off on the back side of the field. Oh, did I mention my corn is starting to spike? It's just starting to spike out of the ground there in that field across the road. Ground is still, this is a little sandy here, but it's not quite sand. And the ground is still dark here, but that's crumbling up nice. There's so much fodder on top of all this stuff from the volunteer wheat. Yeah, see, that's what we don't want. Yeah, I mean, it'll crumble, but I'm not planning on going in it very deep. Probably like to go about 3 to 4 inches deep here to get all this stuff turned over and worked in. Get all this straw and debris on top cut up and incorporated. We're gonna go down there, check out that end of the field. That's where it gets really heavy. Well, I just saved a little tiny bunny coming across the field back there, and a hawk took off, a small hawk. And then when I drove past where it was at, there was a little baby bunny flopping around trying to get away. Yeah, see, this is stiff down here. Yeah. See that? That's boy, this stuff was hard. The only good thing about this is incorporating all this organic matter in will help down here. We had manure put on this last summer, fall, after the wheat came off. That might be in a combine track or a spreader track, but and then that was hit with the vertical till. That was hit with the vertical till to incorporate that. And then they spread fertilizer here. That's the tracks from them spreading fertilizer a week and a half ago. Boy, I don't know. Got rain in the forecast. 90% chance of rain tonight. I don't know. We'll give it a couple hours. We'll run down to Dad's now and check that field there that I worked. We had the township come and dip this ditch out down there. It was blocked going underneath that second driveway down there. don't know if you can see on the camera, but there's a lot of water flowing out of there. Now we're gonna clean this one. The guy that used to live here put these mats in the bottom of this ditch all the way down there to keep the weeds from growing. Well, over time all the silt landed on top of them, and it was a good idea, but it was too long ago. So we're gonna clean this. I don't know, I might try and tell Dad to leave 24 row or 12 rows open, and we'll come in here this summer and clean this. Plus the guy wants me to cut down a bunch of trees down through here, which shade our ground, so that's a plus. And we'll pull them mats out of there. And old conveyor belting. Guy actually worked with Dad at the lime plant. But she's flowing. Now I just got to talk him into cleaning the ditch from down there that goes back and ties in back there on Dad's property back there. But anyway, more stuff to do. Well, this is Dad's. This is that field I worked Sunday while he was planting corn. It was raining over there where them vehicles are. It wasn't raining here, but it ended up raining 7 tenths, and then another 8 tenths after that. Couple spots. This has got a big sand knob through it too. That headlands on that end are lay wet. Don't look the best, but it looks a lot better than it did before I worked. And this was just hit with a vertical tilt, a Great Plains Terramax, and a arrow behind it, so it's not like it was deep tilled. It should have been. But yeah, I think this will plant. Did I mention that today's June 1st? I'm over here in the oil well field now, and this back end lays wet back in here along the woods, but the rest of it, just like our other fields, it's got a big sand knob going through it. Dad gave me some grease and some chain lube ordered from Hydrotex. So how wet is, oh yeah, this is muck here. Muck. It's pretty firm though. And it's only about 10 feet wide, so if I can get the wings across it, I can stay on the outside of it and just get the wings to go through it and open it up. That's the key with this stuff back here. You got to get across it and open it up, and then it'll dry out. The rest of the field looks good. So this field, my brother's field that we were in earlier, that needs work yet. And then my house in Woodburn. All right. The rototiller's hooked up. And I didn't film it because it's a process. And Dad was here. And I'd had to bleep almost all of it out. So yeah, it's a pain. But we got it. So I'm heading over to his house, Rotortiller's garden, while we let things air off for a little bit. Yeah, it's a bit overkill, but it sure does a nice job. And I don't expect Dad to come out here and do it with a other one that's 85 years old. So this is how we do it. Out up in here and clean this end up, and we're gonna leave that go, I think. Gotta go. Well, we jumped across the road, straightened out the property lines where Nathan is gonna build a house. And I figured I'd jump over here, and I went out and around the oil well and back and put a defined line in there. And I went down here along the field where the grass is really growing up. And did a, well, down and back, did a pass there just to define it. When I'm working and spraying, we're not into the bumper strip there. So, yeah. It's a little too wet to work with the big stuff. This isn't going to go. It would make a mess if I come in here with a tractor and dirt in the fill, I'm afraid. Okay, that was dusty. I didn't have the air on, I had the windows open, so my whole cab is full of dust. Anyway, I went around my brother's house, the 3 sides of his yard, just to define that. And then I came home. Dad's over in the field planting corn. He's made a half a round so far. Well, 1 round. So I'm gonna jump in the Rhino and go see how it's looking. Well, let's see how things look. There's one. That's good. I wish the hitch was a little bit different design on that. We need to bring the hitch up a little bit, but the holes in the frame are so much of a jump that it's almost too much. There's another one right there. So yeah, so it's firming them up good. They got good seed to soil contact. There's another one, right? Did I see another one? Yep, right there. That one bounced. I don't know why that one's clear over there. But yeah, look at the moisture it's in. Seed of dirt all the way around it. Yeah. Yep. And it's dry enough, it ain't sticking to the wheels or nothing. I mean, it's dry on top. He's not sinking in. He is not sinking in. So, yeah. I mean, it's where he hasn't drove, it's a little soft, but that's for me working it twice. Now I see the neighbors are over there with their big machine where they tiled. So, yeah. The rest of this corn that was planted, finally figured out how, remembered how to work the monitor. He had 12.7 acres in. So, yeah. Looks good. I think it's too wet to work ground though. Definitely is. Well, I brought Dad out a beverage, and I got the weed eater, put string on it, fuel in it. I'm gonna weed eat all this stuff off because it's getting kind of tall, and then a few days, week or whatever, when it starts growing back up again, I'll come out here and spray it. Well, I said it before and I'll say it again, that is one mean little weed eater. I am very, very happy with it. So Dad says there's some rocks out here, which I knew there was, but he says there's some big ones out here. So I'm gonna drive around a little bit and pick up some rocks. All right, well, we just put 6 bags of LG 52 51C62 in, VT2. He's got 24.46 acres done, 32 acre field. So he's got about maybe 6 rounds, 5 rounds, 6 rounds, and he'll be done. But that field at his house is ready to go, so I put 6 whole bags in it. Instead of trying to spoon feed a little bit at a time till he gets to the end of the field. It's not the last field, although this field is all mine. So we'll just figure it out. Population times acre. That's how many bags I got. And I'm still picking up rocks. I can grow them like nobody's business. Alright, I see my buddy Neil's here with a roller. His dad runs a great big roller. Rolls his yard, rolls a few other things, and he does it for hire. Well, he was done, and Neil knew that I wanted to roll my yard. I had talked to him about it. So he called me a little while ago and said, "Hey, Dad's done with the roller. We got it for another day. You want me to bring it over?" I said, "Yes, sir." So he just told me. So we'll head up there. All right. Plans change, right? Or things get modified. So my buddy Neil calls me about a roller. His dad rents a roller. They do rolling. He says, "Hey, we got it for the weekend." I did some work for him in his driveway and stuff like that with the Bobcat and the excavator. She said, "I'm bringing it over." Because I told him if they get one, I'm interested. Well, he calls me and shows up. So I was rolling the yard while Dad finished planting corn. It was too wet for me to work around. So I hopped on this thing and had a quick learning tutorial on how to run it. So but I was gonna finish, but now it's starting to sprinkle. Finally. They've been calling for rain for a couple hours now. Here, let's do this. Hang on, let me straighten you out. Can you see? So I got from the ditch over here done. You guys all right? You took a tumble. That's an 8-foot tumble. Anyway. Anyway, I'm gonna put this in the garage. Sorry about that. I have to see what that footage looks like. Whee! All right, roller's put away. Put the rhino back in the barn. I don't think we're gonna get a lot. It's just gonna, I think it's just gonna sprinkle basically. Sprinkle, maybe light rain later in about 3 hours. Look at the radar. Be done by morning. So hopefully we don't get more than 1/10 of an inch or something like that. And sorry, I had to close the door. And we can what's today? Saturday. Maybe we can get back after it Monday. I know June 6th is the last day for planting corn for crop insurance. I don't know. 2019 we didn't plant no corn. Maybe this will be another prevent plant year. I know there's a lot of corn out everywhere, but our little pocket here just never dried out. So we'll see. Anyway, this is going to be it for Saturday, June 1st. Oh, year's almost half over already. But anyway, we'll see you in the morning. Thanks for watching.